Hey, what's up going? What's going on? It's just another day. Good day so far today. So let's get into it. So we had I had to put my car in the shop the other day, right? And so put the car in the shop. So I had a courtesy drop off. Never had that before. That was kind of cool. They took me home, then they picked me up the next day. We get the car. That was kind of different, you know. So I'm like, all right, cool. So on the way going home, I had to share a ride with somebody else, right? This is an older couple, but they live in my area. And so I'm directing the driver to take them to their house. So I pull up on the block. The old man and his wife, she wasn't saying much, but he said, "Oh, wow, sir. I didn't know you live right by me. We live close." I said, "No, sir. I was directing to take you home." He went, "Oh, thank you." I thought that was kind of funny. And so the courtesy ride going back though, that's what we on here for. All right, so the free game of the day from that. It's not even free game, free conversation. Right? So he picked me up, old man, he like 80 years old. He used to work for the post office. And he said the guy who dropped me off they work together at the post office, and they both work part-time at this dealership. So that's kind of cool. I mean, they know each other. So I said, at least you had a good relationship when you was at the post office, because if you didn't have a good relationship, it would probably been a really bad, awkward time working together again. Like, yeah, I know, I didn't thought about that, right? Like, yeah, wow, you're right. So that was kind of funny. So we sitting here, so we started talking about, so I told him what I do. I work for this company, a couple companies, driving, delivering food, picking up people. And he was like, anything bad? I said, I never really had no bad incident picking up people. I said, but I had like some weird ones. So one of the weird ones could have went south, left. But sometimes when you hear the energy, you just gotta give them a soft answer, right? So I said, we were talking about politics for some reason. And this guy he hate Trump and la la la. So I said, why do you hate him so much? Like, gotta be a reason. He's a jerk, la 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 la. I said, but at least, so I was telling the drivers taking me to the thing about my passenger that was like really getting really heated, like. So I said to him, "Sir, like him or not like him, that's your business. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me." At least he said what he said and did it. Most people don't say what they say and do it when they get into leadership. And that's why, if anything, you gotta respect the man for that part. You know what I mean? Let's just put away whatever personal and whatever. I understand you don't like Republicans. You're a Democrat. I get it, and that's okay. We're in America. We have the right to have an opinion wherever we stand, right? And I don't care what you are. To be honest with you. At least he said what he said. So the guy calmed down. I told the driver that he calmed down and said, "You know what, though, sir, you're right." And then he's like, "But I don't like him anyway." I said, "That's okay." And then we left and walked out. And he walked out the car calmer, right? A soft answer turned away wrath, right? And so that was that. And so the driver now said, "Well, you know, I'm on the other side." I said, "What you mean?" "Yeah, I don't even like him either. But I have a real reason." I said, "Okay." He said, "I don't like Trump. Number one, he a Dodge drafter. He paid a doctor off to say he had some kind of illness, whatever he had, so he didn't want to go to draft. Then he want to say he had an illness. And then now he's the commander-in-chief, and he want to be a tough guy. But when it's time to really be tough, he could have been honest and said, 'Hey, I paid my way,' but he want to lie, talking about some kind of thing he had. But we all know he had money. Nothing wrong with having money to pay off certain things. But let's be honest, right? Don't hide that. You know what I mean? Let's be forth truthful. I respect somebody for that. So this is what guys telling me. I respect a man who say, "I ain't want to go, so I paid and I had money." And that's all. And that be your right. But don't pretend that that's why you didn't go in a draft because you was really sick. You picked. And so we started talking about doctors. Like, yeah, I had a doctor, man. The doctor be like, "You need some time off?" I'm like, "Yeah, how many days can I get?" Whatever you need. So I said, doctors, if you got good relationship with your doctor, he can subscribe you and give you anything you want. All depends on your relationship you have with your doctor. I said, and so the guy started laughing like, "Yeah, you're right." Because if I had a doctor, right now he's working in a jail because he can't be a doctor no more. And la 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 la. He's telling me the story, but he was a great doctor though. And we started laughing about that doctor stuff. I said, it's so true. You know what I mean? You have a good doctor. You got like, so he laughed and laughed. I said, you're right. That's what I believe he did that. That's what I said. I said, you know what? He probably paid them off because you could do that. Or if you good relationship, the doctor could say some things. And he said, but then he wanted to be. And then the guy said, this driver taking me back. It felt different. I'm in the back seat. He's taking me somewhere. It was like the opposite, role reverse, right? It was kind of cool. And I gave him a tip. Gave both drivers a tip, of course. You know, I told them they ain't want to take it. I said, listen, it's not much. You probably get a cup of coffee or something, but hey, it's a tip. You know, coffee and a donut. But he said, thank you, though. You didn't have to. Like, no. I get tips. I like tips. Tips is good for the business I do right now. And so but let's get back to something. Like, I'm all over the place, right? But so he said, and then he wanted to be a tough guy when he's president, knowing that you draft dodge and then lie about it. Didn't want to be honest and truthful. So I can't respect the man for that. And I said, sir, that was the most realest thing I heard from someone who really don't like Trump stance. And you know what? You have the right. Because I'll feel the same way, because he was a veteran. You know, he did some time. He did his service. I said time, right? Not like he did jail time, but service. And so I could see him as a veteran why he felt that way. And he has the right to feel that way. And I told him, you know what I said to him? I said, right, sir, I'll be mad too. I wouldn't like him either. You gonna dodge it, then lie about why you dodge it, and then pretend you're a tough guy. Yeah, and you're not really a tough guy, because if you're a tough guy, you would've went. Or at least been honest about you doing, right? I said, you're right. At least be honest. Because when, you know what I mean? You should be truthful. And he was lying. So, you know what? I gave the man credit. And you know what? That's the first person I've ever heard. Because you know the liberal media and conservative media, they all one way. No one want to tell the truth, right? No one want to tell the truth about each side wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Like they just full of fluff. Politics, right? These politicians full of fluff. You know what I mean? But the man was right. You know, the man was right. Like, yo, how you want to be a tough guy, and then you don't, when it's time to be tough, you wasn't really tough. You lied. And it was pretty interesting, man. Yeah, it was a great conversation. And it's true. He got a valid point. You play tough when you want to play tough. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was cool though.